Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We are live right now from Greenpoint, Brooklyn with Ariana and the Rose. Ariana, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see you again. It's
nice
been
to see you too. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we are excited to have you. We're about to hear 3 songs off the forthcoming record, Lonely Hearts Club. It comes out into the world on July 29th. What do you feel like playing first off the record today?
I'm going to play a song that just came out a month or 2 ago called Setting Me Free, which on the record is like a Madonna-esque bop, but today we're getting the piano versions of it. So this is Setting Me Free. I got a new day and I intend to take it. I got a new way of thinking and I don't want to waste more time. I finally figured out there's no way around the pain. It's only straight on through. And I feel it in my bones. I didn't even know I was carrying you wherever I go. But now I give it all back to you. Every word that you threw at me that I thought was true. But now I finally found release. 'Cause forgiving you is really about setting me free, setting me free, setting myself free. For so long I was living in the regret, giving my heart out to people trying to steal my shine. I finally see the light, there's no way around the pain. It's only straight on through. And I'm grateful for our time, 'cause I'm on the other side. And now I know I can survive. So now I give it all back to you. Every word that you threw at me that I thought was true. But now I finally found release. 'Cause forgiving you is really about setting me free, setting me free. I'm setting me free. I'm setting me free, setting myself free. So this is the section in the song that's like a spoken word part. I imagine like a festival of people when I made it. It goes like this. I'm changing like a season. I am what I believe in. Breathe in the light you need and breathe out what you've been grieving. Hands up, it's time to show up, 'cause we're standing in the glow up. I am all that I need to set me free. So now I give it all back to you. Every word that you threw at me that I thought was true. But now I finally found release. 'Cause forgiving you is really about setting me free, setting me free. I'm setting me free. I'm setting me free, setting myself free.
Yeah, well, from where I'm standing right now, I enjoyed that very much. How do you feel about the 5 of us being your festival audience as
You guys
opposed
are
to...
the best 5-person festival audience I've ever played to.
Is it? I mean, do you find? So I find one of the more fun things about this job. We've done like 2,600, 2,700 of these sessions, probably. As you know, I mean, you've done more than one with us, and one of the really fun things about it is seeing how artists change their rearrange their songs so as to fit this. I mean, how do you feel about that rearrangement, solo piano? Because I mean, we've been trying to make this work and things keep changing because COVID keeps happening and the world keeps on being insane. How do you feel about this arrangement right now?
Well, you know what? This is how I wrote everything. So it's really cool. I know when we were sitting and doing sound check and I was playing everything,
I was like, oh wow, it's so fun to do this like this. I do like a piano show now, just me and a piano at Club Cumming all the time, but it's like a cabaret style vibe. So I feel like there's a separation now when I'm like, when you're promoting a record and stuff, you want to do the album, but there's something kind of cool about being able to like before the album comes out and say, hey, listen, actually here's the song, like here's what I wrote, here's what fell out of me, and then when you hear the record, you'll kind of hear the version of like what it ended up evolving to. There's something kind of special about doing this first, rather than putting the album out and then like deconstructing everything. I want people to hear everything kind of at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there are rules to this thing about the way you're supposed to release things and the way that a label wants you to roll things out, but that doesn't mean that even though those rules exist, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to follow that blueprint. You can do whatever you want in any order you want, as long as it serves the music the right way.
100%. I mean, I think the world is like upside down, topsy-turvy. Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea how to like put anything out now and make people care. So the way I feel about it is I'm just going to put things out that I care about and hope you find a corner of the world where other people care about it too.
Yeah, I am a fan of putting out for sure. I like everything about what's happening with this session today. There's still going to be 2 more songs coming up from the forthcoming release, Lonely Hearts Club. What do you want to do second today?
I'm going to do a song also on the record. This is exactly how I wrote this too, sitting in my apartment in the middle of COVID. This song's called Did I Tell You? And it's about how we're in things with people, seasons with people. And we make plans, and then sometimes those things fall apart, and it's the idea that you keep the plans for yourself. So it's kind of like a imaginary conversation. Did I tell you I finally painted my apartment, saw the Taj Mahal, set down all my baggage? Did I tell you I'm writing an album, patch things up with my mom? You were right all along. Since you've been gone, did I tell you I finally learned to make that sauce? Got caught smoking weed in the street, and I've been driving to places with no destination, meditating on a subject. You should have seen that sunset. I didn't want to. I wanted to do it all with you. I didn't want to. I wanted to do it all with you. With you. Took me months to finally learn to fall asleep with just me. And I'm reimagining waking up late on a Sunday, all the plans we made for one day that never came. I didn't want to. I wanted to do it all with you. I didn't want to. I wanted to do it all with you. And I've grown up since you've been gone. Believe it or not, I can't admit when I was wrong. No, I held your spite for far too long, but you're never coming home. I gotta move on. finally painted my apartment.
Ariana, did I tell you that I painted this wall black just on Sunday? I
Did
that.
you?
I did. I really did. Yeah.
Don't you feel so accomplished when you do something like that?
Yeah. It looked nice. We time lapsed it, and it came together very quick in like 5 seconds.
That's how I imagine the way that I see when I like write songs. I like always envision visuals and music videos and stuff. And when I wrote that song, I imagined this like time lapse of someone's life. You know, where they're like moving things around and doing things, and they go on a trip and they come back and they're just like living inside of their apartment. And we were in like the dead of COVID at the time when I was writing that. So it was like, I had this image of all these people in New York City, like everybody sort of like moving around their apartments in hyperspeed over to the kitchen. Oop, hit the microphone. Over back here, you know, writing things, making things. I just love, I think the passage of time is such like an interesting concept when you think about like all the little moments and then how they add up, and you turn around and it's like this tells this whole story.
Yeah, and then you find out that we end up all kind of moving the same way that ants move. You do the exact same shit
100%.
over and over and over.
Very terrifying. I think of New York as an ant farm sometimes, and that bums me out, so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think about it on that scale as well. It's like, dude, I know very well the path between my house, Grand Central, and where I tend to go for work. And it's, you know, it's a lot of that. I do explore. I mean, I'm decent about exploring, but the vast majority of what I do is
same, very similar.
out the house
I'd like
and
to
to
think,
work.
I actually think we're probably not as efficient as ants. I think ants have it better than we do, so.
Yeah, we have more fun than ants, though.
Do we? We don't know. Maybe ants are having so much fun and we have no idea. This session's taking a turn for the weird.
Yeah, well, so if we want to turn the session even weirder, I want to go over the semantics of your choice to name the next tune Fuckboy.
Yeah.
But fuck boy, like the two words Fuckboy, like spelled correctly the way those two words are actually spelled. I've never seen it spelled that way. What is the meaning to you versus the
You've never seen it spelled without some sort of like weird version, right?
Yeah,
like,
as one word with an I at the end.
The working title of the song was Fuckboi, and I hated it. I just hated it. Every time I looked at it, I was like, I can't look at this spelling. I just like grammar is really the bottom line. But I mean, I'm just a sucker for good spelling, I guess. I mean, I said this earlier in soundcheck. I wanted the whole thing spelled out because I wanted people to know I mean business. Capital F, capital B, fuckboy. We're talking about it. We're gonna hold them accountable. There's like not a girl when I play this show that's like, absolutely, yes. Like immediate understanding. And I think there's an understanding when I say we mean business, everyone's like, I get it. Everyone's had an experience with a fuckboy. You've had an experience with fuckboys, you've met them, you know them.
Yeah, man, I don't like them one bit.
No one likes a fuckboy. I mean,
No.
listen, we've all liked a fuckboy. But
that is
no
false.
one really likes
I cannot
a fuckboy.
identify with ever having like a
The
fuckboy
song,
in
you're
any
not
way,
the
man.
core demographic,
Right,
I would
yeah.
say, for the experience of the song.
But me and the average fuckboy are generally just enemies in the wild. We just don't mix at all.
And that's amazing. See, so you're an ally to us over here. You're on our side. You're on our side. But yeah, it originated.
I don't understand that.
You don't understand what?
Yeah, I understand what is a fuckboy, but I don't know why it's your enemy.
Why fuckboys are your enemy? Why do you want to know why fuckboys are his enemies specifically, or why they're the
well, I mean, I
enemy?
can.
Like a fuckboy is like kind of like
A
it's kind of demographic.
What? No, I mean, a fuckboy would be a fella who.
You will fuck.
In my
Is a-
no. In my definition, if I may interject, it's just as a person who
Please.
spends so much time looking at their own image in the mirror and spend an oversized amount of time thinking about themselves and not thinking about the needs of anybody else because their entire mission in life is
Okay, I
Is
got
there
it.
dick?
fuck, and that's the entire thing.
That's
and
a
like,
beautiful sort of like larger. I think that's like the core of a fuckboy. That manifests itself in men being flaky and shitty to women.
Okay, yeah, got it.
In a more sort of how we've applied it here way. But it's really about like the epidemic of sort of just like fuckboys in general, you know, dragging girls along. Which in fairness, the song was born out of like yes, my own story, but just so many stories. I mean, that was really what it came from, is I was like, if I hear another story about another guy doing this, it's just crazy. And it just felt like someone should write a song about it. And I thought that person should be me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well,
So yeah, this is it. It comes out May 20th. Again, this is how I wrote it in my house. The recorded version is actually, in my opinion, very like cool. This is more like my inner dialogue. Song is called Fuckboy. I should have seen the signs. Kept me hanging by a thread at an arm's length. I should have known better. Pulled the wool over my eyes. Got dick down and lost my senses again when I should have known better. You use your charming way to excuse your bad behavior. Got them thinking you're a good guy, when the truth is you've always been a fuckboy. If I'm honest, you never were enough. I settled for your love, but now I'm doing fine. Now I'm doing fine. I should have seen the signs. Getting high off of the chase, you never change, but now I know better than to trust those empty words. I swear this time I finally learned. I'm not waiting by the phone, cause baby I'm better on my own. You seem so sensitive, yeah, sliding right to her DMs. Got her thinking you're a good guy, when the truth is you've always been a fuckboy. If I'm honest, you never were enough. I settled for your love, but now I'm doing fine. Now I'm doing fine. I admit it, it's my fault. I bought it. I should have saw it coming. And you say that you're honest, when honestly you're just a fuckboy. When the truth is you've always been a fuckboy. And if I'm honest, you never were enough. I settled for your love, but now I'm doing fine. Now I'm doing fine. Now I'm doing fine.
wonderful. Ariana, thank you for joining us. Fuck yes, we can curse. The floodgates are down. We've already cursed once, so fuck yeah. Thank you for playing that song, for writing that song, for sharing that song with us, and best of luck to you on the forthcoming record. Lonely Hearts Club comes out on July 29th, so thank you for playing some of that music for us here today.
Thanks for having me. It was so fun.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.